Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bizarre Lineage. This is my honest review, my honest take on Bizarre Lineage. This game comes with a lot of flaws, sadly. Now, first of all, up front, I'm gonna try to be as neutral as possible. I do like myself a good old JoJo game. I do. I like the idea of stands, the way you obtain them, you know, the randomness of it. Having something better than the other, so to speak, right? I do like I really like a good JoJo game. I used to play a Bizarre Adventure, I think it was called, but that game kind of like died out, and I was really in on it. And obviously it wasn't as complex and big as this game is, but let's start off with the positives. First of all, what I really like about this game is just the size of the map. The map kind of feels like around every corner there's somebody that you can talk to. There's a few cool game modes like the gang idea as well, that you can create yourself an own gang, where you can, I called it I hate this game, so I'm gonna talk about that why in a second, but actually the reason why I called it that is because it didn't take my ID numbers that I uploaded, and it just didn't work, but I guess it was a Roblox issue, so yeah, I made myself that, and started to do some gang contracts, which is right here, the gang contractor in Bus Stop 1, I think this is. I like that. I like that. You can make yourself a little bit of money, a little bit of EXP doing gang contracts. There's a few more to that. There's a little more to the system on its own. You can do more and like kind of like take over more places, and you can have like some sort of a passive income and stuff like that. But overall, I like that idea. Also, the UI, clean, very clean. I said this to many other games, that they should do that as well. You know, having a menu here on this side is such an old Roblox concept. I think having a little menu button down here that you can use also by pressing M, and that eventually opens up the menu, looks really awesome. So just the visuals and the way the game was built is actually really nice. I gotta see, do I have my graphics full on? Yeah. Really cool. Now the combat, that's where I think it's gonna get a little sticky, a little icky. The combat feels weird. Running around, not being able to sprint with shift feels weird, or just in general, like you have to double tap W to run fast. I don't like that concept. I think that's a pretty whack concept. Another thing that I really don't like is the distance management with the stands. Like, you feel so slow with everything, like especially when you're in combat and you forget to double tap like S or D or W. I don't know, man. It just, I don't get, like, I don't warm up with the combat. I don't like the combat. It feels super clunky. It feels extremely slow. And especially when I use a move like Chomp, it takes a little time to charge it up. And if you're being ganged up, especially in Storyline 64, that, as to my knowledge right now, nobody seems to be able to finish it, even when you have a full group of max level people, it kind of gets really clunky. I'm not too deep in on the game yet, as you can see. I'm pretty fairly kind of new in the game, so maybe I just haven't discovered it yet, but I also think that that's the job of the game, for me to discover it. Sometimes these games are a little too open, where they just go like, okay, you just literally have to explore everything yourself. I don't mind it. I don't sit here like, I hate that idea, but I think the game kind of has a little bit of responsibility to help me further. If we get to Storyline 64 and nobody continues to be able to beat it, then I ask myself, what is going on with the game? Is this as far as content goes after release, or is there more? I don't know, because I haven't seen anybody beat Storyline 64 yet. But, anyways, oops, my cat wants in, hold on. Yeah, this is something that I don't enjoy about the game. The combat, I think, is the biggest weakness to it. I also think that the leveling process is a little bit weird, like you don't really see very much. I don't know what level I am. I've been trying to look around. Maybe there's probably a way where you can see it. But the far out worst thing this game has, and that is by far, is the greediness of the shop bundles, which is, in my case, I think, I've never seen a more greedier game than this. And that usually shows what kind of developers that you're dealing with. And that, I mean, I've been doing videos over 4 years now on Roblox. And I've been on Roblox almost ever since it got released, you know, just I think a year or two later. It was 2000, I don't know, 9 or 10. That's when I joined. So, yeah. I am very concerned about the shop, and I mean, you probably already know about this, but if you go in here, you can see there's one for 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, 18,000. That is amazing, but it gets worse. Gets worse, ladies and gents. Take a look at this one. Where is it? I've seen one yesterday that was 100,000 Robux. There it is. Or another 10,000. Yeah, you know how much 100,000 Robux is? I mean, 10,000 is like $100, so 10,000, 100,000 is like almost $1,000. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I can't fully tell. Probably not, but 100,000 Robux as a bundle. Damn. That is, I mean, really, damn. Wow. Wow, like really wow. Monetizing a game that badly is almost an insult to the community or to the player base. The game isn't that good. You know, I don't think that the game is that good that anybody would want to spend 10,000 or 100,000 Robux in on it. So, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys see it differently. I mean, I see it has a lot of thumbs up. So you guys really enjoy it. That's fine. For me personally, I do not enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I'm kind of like stuck and I don't really know what to do. I just run around and just try to find arrows. If I find arrows, I use them. I usually don't get anything good. And that's about it, man. That's about it. That's all I got. Like, there's not much really explorability for me there, you know? I just run around in circles, go from place to place, maybe to drive to a different bus stop because the Yoshikage Keira thingy is just too hard. It's just really difficult. I tried it yesterday with 4 people, and I just woke up. And they couldn't do it. We just died many times. It was extremely hard. It's extremely hard. It's the hardest, probably the hardest thing anybody has ever done. Yeah, good luck, dude. Has anyone ever, I've probably ever seen on Roblox. Okay, so out of that way, I think the game kind of banks on its combat. This is the idea of the entire game. Like, that's the entire gameplay loop. Go around, beat them up, and then move on. There are some like sort of secrets in it where you have to like get the Dio book and like you can get yourself some other stands. So I think that's really good. So the core gameplay of a stand game it does have, but it comes with extremely a lot of flaws. And I always wondered to myself, didn't this go through like a testing phase? Didn't people like test this? I don't know what's going on with Storyline 64. It feels like it's a mystery on its own. So I can't really tell you what's going on with that. Combat isn't too funky, but everything else apart from that is actually really good. I like the map design. I like the way the stands look. I mean, you can pose with them as well. There's some pretty cool ways and ideas that you can really use in this game. I can also see it as a nice social, standpoint where you talk about stands, about the anime itself. If you can look past that clunky combat, I mean, some people like it, some people enjoy it, because basically what this combat is like is be the first, hit the first, draw the first blood, and then you can like combo off of it. Sometimes the enemies, they kind of stand around, you can block as well, you can dash, so it's not bad. Like, I don't think it's like the worst in the world. The AI is actually quite tough to beat at points. Some of the bosses in this game are like really hard to get. And once they actually gang up on you, that's the part that I don't like. There's really no way for you to really escape it in any chance. Like, if there's more people. Now I was a little lucky here, but I wasn't able to dash out of it. I was a little bit able to, and I'm in a corner right now, so I have to be careful. So it's quite significantly more like, yeah, it's hard. It's really difficult. I think it doesn't have to be. I'm just going to let him do its thing. I don't have much of a chance anyways. I think the game doesn't have to be like that. I think there's a lot of ways to improve the combat. Maybe that's just me. I just don't like the combat. Maybe you guys like the combat. I just don't like it. Maybe that's just part of it. Anyways, the shop and the combat makes me personally not want to play the game anymore. So for me, it's sadly gonna get a very low rating of 4 out of 10. I just can't give it much more. Just on its own, like 3 points, or 4 even, is going to be taken because of that horrendous shop. I mean, you don't have to buy it. I don't have to buy this stuff in the shop. I know that. I'm not stupido. I know that, but what are you doing, Vex? It's just not a fun game. Just not a fun game to me. The shop is kind of ridiculous. All of the other stuff is pretty mediocre. I don't like the combat very much, so for me, it gets an honest review. That's my honest opinion. It might be very unpopular. I understand that, but for me, I'm not getting warmed up with the game. Like, I don't feel comfortable with the game. Like, it feels uncomfortable. Don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I just hate the combat. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope that this doesn't make you too angry. I just don't like the combat. I like the idea of it. I like myself a good JoJo's game, but it just doesn't hit the mark for me. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye.